of the vacuum cleaner, the way it goes vroom, 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 vroom. My cat is afraid of the vacuum cleaner, the way it goes vroom, vroom, vroom. And the way it makes calls in the middle of the night to shadowy men with underworld connections. Its conversations sound innocent enough, but then why is it whispering and saying things that are obviously code, like go to the laundry and pick up my shorts? It's a vacuum cleaner, it doesn't wear shorts, but it does have a secret hidden room full of instruments of torture from ancient times that were stolen from a little-known Idaho museum. And on the wall in the secret room is a picture of actor Anthony Hopkins, taken from the movie Silence of the Lambs, the one where he wears the scary mask. And next to the picture of Anthony Hopkins is a picture of the vacuum cleaner in the same scary mask, but a smaller version. It's cute in a way, but in other ways no. And also on the walls are some scribbled words, incoherent paranoid rants, written in a language called vacuumese, derived from French, and the operating manual of a 1972 Electrolux. And what is written on those walls in the language known as vacuumese sends icy chills up my little cat's spine and makes it toss and turn at night. But the thing about the vacuum cleaner that scares my cat the very most, that makes it wait in a cold, cold sweat, and haunts its days and haunts its nights, and makes it jump at the slightest noise, is the way it goes vroom, 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 vroom.
All right, good morning, everybody. Hope y'all enjoyed the intro. Our shop cat Socks is back. Aren't you, girl? Mm-hmm. You happy to be here? Yes, of course you are. Mm-hmm. Alrighty. Dealing with a different camera angle just so we could get that really cool intro. So give me a second while we get it turned around. I'll catch up on the comments here in just a second. Just look. Also, haha. Of course, y'all can't read that because that's backwards in the camera, isn't it? That's really wild. Okay. I'll show you here in a second. Anyway, let me get back here to our regular angle. No, look. Sorry, Takis. Yes, I moved the chair on you. Let's see. Let's look at the comments here. Alrighty. See, Dana, G Key Man, Miko, Ronald, Pocket Women. Let's see, Fred Flintstoner, good morning. Lowell, Brian. Oh, is LPP okay? Yes, LPP's fine. Brian, maybe. BC Lockpicker, good morning. You can get today's soundtrack on, it's on Apple Music, and then also it's on YouTube. The first song was by, let's see, so I can tell you correctly. The first song is My Cat is Afraid of the Vacuum Cleaner by Power Salad. And the second song is Cats by Barnes and Barnes. I'm a huge fan of Dr. Demento, and heard both of these songs on his show. That's my normal cooking soundtrack is the Dr. Demento show. So anyway, wanted to have some fun today. And I don't get monetized for any of this, so oh well. YouTube's gonna send me a little email saying tisk tisk tisk, and I'll go back and put it in the notes for today's live broadcast. But anyway, let's see. Alpha Centauri, good morning. No, didn't bump my head, Ronald. We're going to be picking today, so I may have touched the picking juice. Just a sip, Anyway, let's see. Lowell, I love that song, but listening to it for hours, I don't know. I don't quite know. Maybe. I might get mad about listening to it for hours. Let's see. No, Fred, is nothing more intense, nothing more high octane. Like I was saying in the chat earlier to Dana, we're supposed to get snowed in tonight, which is anywhere from, in my neighborhood, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches. Back up where I used to live, it was supposed to be like 3 to 6 inches. So normally that equates to more than just an inch or two. It's either more than what they call for or absolutely nothing at all. So we'll see. It's bright and sunny outside right now, but it's cold as all get out for sure. Anyway, so yeah, I'm prepared to be inside all weekend, which is perfectly fine with me. I've got plenty of food, plenty of beverages, plenty of cat food. Isn't that right, Socks? We got plenty of cat food. Yep. I don't think you'll find anything in the sink over there. So we're ready to be snowed in. I don't care. That was yes. The Dana, the second. That second song, I would love to get that as a ringtone. Actually, unfortunately, it's not anywhere on Apple ringtones, and but yeah, I love '80s music. I love all music, and I love parodies. So of course, Dr. Demento is like a perfect, combination of the two. Like probably one of my favorite comedy movie of all times is Airplane. I love it. And so you put that, a parody with music, because I love all kinds of music. And yeah, it's really awesome. Lowell, yeah. I listen to his programs. You can stream them off of his website. He's not actually broadcasting anymore, but you can stream his episodes, both archive episodes all the way back to like the 80s, early 80s, up until now. He still does it. Good morning, Night Owl. Just a little bit late, and I will say today you probably want to go back and listen to the first 5 minutes or so. Perrier, not Heineken, Perrier. P.O. Box 88. Culver City, yep, Lowell, that's it. Fred, yeah, we, down here in the South, we get shut down if there's any snow that's sticking to the roadways. No matter if it's a half an inch or 8 inches, we shut down. There's just no way around it. So yeah, that's amazing. Let's see. Well, thank y'all. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it. So maybe next week. Maybe I'll do something again next week. And if you're wondering how I was playing that, it wasn't any software or anything. This is my trusty kitchen speaker. This is an awesome little device. I got it for like $30 on Amazon. Has 2 speakers and sort of a bass diaphragm. Doesn't actually have a subwoofer, but y'all heard it. It sounds great. It works great. And it's waterproof. So if you're in the kitchen, oh, of course, now you get out of there whenever I turn the camera on you. Uh-huh. You open that whole thing up by yourself. The Sox is out here today, if you're just joining in. Let's see here. State of Michigan. Wow. Yeah, I mean, when the snow is packed down, it's easy enough to drive on. I was saying in the chat earlier that, to Dana, back in my younger days, I used to go out gallivanting around in the snow whenever we would get it. And I had a Toyota 4Runner back then that would climb a tree in any weather. And Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I love that truck. But, then after I became a police officer, and it was more of the, hey, you have to work in the snow. Okay, I can deal with that. Oh, and you're driving your rear-wheel drive Crown Vic to work in the snow. Okay. Oh, and by the way, we don't have any more snow tires to go around. Gee, thanks. Then it became a little dicey. Now, I've had a couple Chevy patrol cars that were front-wheel drive, and they did great in the snow. And the car that I've got now is front-wheel drive as well. So I imagine, it would do pretty good. And a couple years ago, I actually got to drive one of the all-wheel drive patrol cars in the snow, and it was awesome. I mean, it handled great. It's just that particular snowstorm, the farther south that I went, because that was before I moved in the house, the storm was concentrated towards the south, and the farther south that I went, the more it became, sleet and ice, and I couldn't keep the windshield clear. I was literally having to stop on, in the middle of the road to clean the wiper blades off every few minutes, and I couldn't get to the assignment, and I called the officer who was there, and I said, look, I'm not getting there. We'll just have to make it with what we've got available. So anyway, let's see. All right, so she's around here somewhere. I was looking for socks. So anyway, the other day, there you are. Come here. The other day when we were out here Wednesday, we picked a few locks, and then I took apart this Assa Twin 6000, and I couldn't pick it. I've not managed to be able to pick that lock yet. But we took it apart to look at the pins and everything, and I said I was not going to put it back together on camera. Y'all should have made me put it back together on camera. I wound up putting the sidebar in backwards. Not the end of the world, but then I also had forgotten to take the springs out of the top. So what wound up happening, plus this cylinder, for whatever reason, seems like it's just really, really, really tight, and it's just, I don't know if it's the tolerances, but basically I could not get the plug back out of the cylinder, and so yeah, I called, texted Bill Bacardi, and I'm like, hey, you have any advice for a stuck plug in this lock? And basically what we came up with was turn it upside down, put a follower at the back of the plug, and tap it out with a hammer. I did that this morning, and it came out. I ruined only 3 springs in the process, and they were the regular Bible springs instead of the anything to do with the sidebar, because I didn't put in the top or bottom pins. So I was able to rescue it that way. But anyway, today I thought we might just pick a little bit on it, and we'll kind of explore the sidebar, how it looks, how it works, acts, etc. So let's see here. Good morning, Bears Back. Good to see you here. I've not caught up on your videos lately. I know you got moved. But I will. I'm trying to slowly but surely catch up on people's videos, and anyway, I know I've seen a couple like where your videos have popped up. I just haven't had the time to watch them really. So I will get that out of the way. But I'm glad you got moved and everything. Glad you're here. Socks, you want on this bag over here? You want the chair with the bag. That's what it is. That used to be your chair when it was inside. There you go. Normally, when it used to be when I was in the apartment, Socks was always in this chair or another chair just like it, and she would always be curled up just to the side, just off camera. So, anyway, oh, also I meant to mention, the other day I was talking about picking the Tisa cylinder. I think Wednesday I was talking about picking a Tisa. Hobby Picker just put out a video, and I watched it this morning, where he picked a Tisa, and there's a really good explanation of picking it. So if you're interested in that, I would go check out his newest video. He did a really good job, really great job picking it. Please don't claw my chair to pieces. Please. What do we got? Yeah. Alright. So, there we go. Yeah, Pocket Women, that's what she says. She says that's better. She wants to sit right here and be the center of attention, as always. I think she was ready for a day out, honestly. The other cats have been kind of, been kind of testy with each other lately, so I think she just wanted away from all the drama, didn't she, Socks? Yeah, that's you. Okay. Alright, so, let's, everybody is getting their nails done today. That's been on the agenda. She and everybody else get them done. She's actually the best to trim, but the other cats I kind of have to sneak up on and wait until they're basically curled up asleep next to me, and then then sort of surprise them with it. Otherwise, they don't cooperate. Even Aloysius, who is probably the most laid-back cat I have ever met, he does not like it. So, anyway, they get that. Alright, so let's get focused on this lock, and we will... There we go. So that's sort of my... that was sort of my idea with that plexiglass that I was talking about the other day. That is actually just a piece of regular glass that I put up. I used some chalk markers on there. It's pretty cool. I was just piddling the other day with it. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. We might be able to get something a little bit better. So, all right, let's get down here to the bench. Get the camera turned around. And get that. Okay. All right, let's see here. Yeah, Ronald, Socks really hasn't used up many of her lives because she's an indoor cat and doesn't have the chance for it. Although, today she refused to go in the carrier to come out here. So I had to actually pick her up and hold her to come out here, and that made me nervous, but she did all right, so we'll make sure that everything's okay. She's still sitting back here on the chair. Night Owl, I guess you went back and watched the first bit. Yes, very 80s, very Dr. Demento, and I love it. All right, so first off, let's look at we've got the cam and the cam screws. You can see what I was talking about, screwing up the springs in this lock. They're mangled together. So before we get done putting this back together, we're going to have to replace these because even though I know Rune would give me a hard time, I know he's giving me a hard time about sort of repairing damaged springs, I'm not going to try to repair these. These are not repairable. If you ever have a lock and you do something like this to the springs, just toss them. They are garbage. So we'll set those to the side. The next thing we're going to do is, Brian, those springs are gone. They're done for. Let's get a little more light over here. There we go. So here's our housing, and I even have the top cap off, so you can see straight down the chambers. Nothing's in there, and I'm going to leave that off because at first we're going to explore this sidebar, and just picking this sidebar. Whenever you have a lock with a sidebar out of the housing, you want to make sure that you control that sidebar. So like a Medico or like a Scorpion or anything like that has a sidebar in it, you want to make sure that you control it when you're removing the plug. We always put our finger over top of the cylinder chambers or the pin chambers, but on these you need to know which side the sidebar is on, and when you start pulling it out, keep your finger over those top or those bottom pins, and then a thumb over the sidebar so it doesn't go springing around. Night Owl, we're okay. I think I've got some springs that will match up to these. Only 3 of the springs got ruined. So I'm going to look. I think I've got a bunch more of these that'll work over in my little stash of springs. But yeah, what I did the other day was, you see how the sidebar with the key in there, how the sidebar compresses fully. That's because all of the pins are in order. I kept them in order as I pulled them out, kept them in order, putting them back. But if you take the sidebar out, flip it around, it will still sit in there. But you can see now that it still protrudes. Even pushing down on it, it still protrudes, and that's going to get caught up in the little groove or channel for the sidebar that's inside the housing, and it won't let the lock turn. So when you put these back together, make sure that you turn this sidebar the correct way so that it lines up with all the true gates on the sidebar pins, and it will go completely flush. And again, we looked over, and then, of course, when you put it in, test it. I think the main reason why I couldn't get the plug out the other day was because of the springs. I'd left the springs in there and completely forgot about them until this morning when I came out here and tapped the plug through. But we're going to just try picking the sidebar today, which the other Assa lock that I have, the V10 Twin, for a long time I actually took the sidebar out and practiced just picking the top pins, and would just progressively pin it, 1 pin, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can pick this one top pins only reliably to 5 pins. When you put in the 6 pin is when is sort of hit or miss as far as actually getting the lock open. So it just something I've been working on again for, I guess, about a year now, and still haven't gotten anything more than a false set out of either one of these. So let's see. Yeah, Night Owl, I've seen some of those plug holders, but I guess I could probably modify mine. Lol, a stash. Yes, I have a stash. I will show you my stash in a little bit. Actually, I grew my stash into a little goatee. BC Lockpicker, yeah, putting a Medico back together, yeah, same thing. You want to make sure the sidebar is going the right way. Right. I have had to do that before when I was not living by myself. I had to stash a lot of things, and that's one reason why the shop was always keyed differently. And yeah. But now it's just the cats and I, and the cats don't really care. They don't go looking through things. So much nicer. Let's see, let's focus here and zoom in. There we go. All right, so I get absolutely no feedback with this lock picking it counterclockwise. So I'm going to go clockwise, and then I'm going to use my steep hook. This is Southord Max, and this is before they changed their handle design. And I've talked about these before, but I love these Southord Max picks with the handle because it's longer than your standard pick handle, which this is a Southern Specialties pick. And I really don't use it. I don't really care for them, honestly. They're good quality. I got them when I was first starting out, and the gauge is just a little bit thinner than what I would like in the picks. I like something sturdier, like the Max. But you can see there's the difference in pick handle length. And, that's only about 3/4 of an inch maybe difference. But that's enough to where it comes back and it rests comfortably. So you can get feedback all throughout, your thumb, forefinger, middle finger, and be able to really feel what's going on in the lock. So I wish they still did this. Let's see. Okay, Night Owl. Yeah. Yeah, I've thought about that, but I've not. Again, I don't have that many sidebar locks, and I've always been, until the other day, I've always been pretty careful about handling the sidebar. But I may do that if I start doing more of them. Fred, yeah. Okay. Yeah, Brian, yeah, I guess these are kind of similar to the Gozo. I never bought a Gozo set, but I've seen plenty of them, and really, these picks here, this one is the main one. It's the medium hook that T&J Lockpicking Nord gave me. They custom made these. I know they told me at one time exactly what type of feeler gauge they used to make the picks, but these are the sturdiest picks ever. They gave me 2 hooks, short hook and the medium hook. And the short hook, I've not used it that much because I used it a lot, and you can see how it's bent. And I use it still occasionally, but then they also made the wooden handles. These are just the best picks ever, guys. I mean, and you can't buy them anywhere. They've got brass rivets through the handles. They're epoxied together. They're just awesome. And it's unfortunate that T&J don't make those anymore. But let's see. Yeah, lol, actually, I did that. This pick originally was a medium hook out of the PXS 14, which is my first kit that I bought. And then these are just popsicle sticks I put, kind of glued to it. Of course, that pick broke, and I filed it down, sanded it down, tried to turn it into a probe, and you can see what kind of a mangled mess it is now. But yeah, popsicle sticks do give it a good feel, better than just the rubber that comes with these. Good morning, Rune. And then lastly, the one Chinese set that I did buy came with this hook, and this is just shrink wrap over the handle. But I finished this part. Just spent about an hour or so one day with some very fine grain sandpaper, and it's thick and it's sturdy and it doesn't bend. And this is actually my go-to pick in the field. Even though I believe the Southward Max, like this one has a little bit longer reach on it, but and I believe in the strength of the steel. But this Chinese pick that came out of this other kit, I figure if it breaks, I can easily replace it. But it's not shown any, anything. So I really, really enjoy that. And if you're wondering what all else is in my pick kit, it's been a while since I've gone over it, but I keep the Chinese made hook. Let me zoom out. There we go. And then the medium hook Southward Max, the steep hook Southward Max, and then I have a Sparrow's Tron that I keep in there. Really, really good for, a short hook. And then I keep a wave rake in there, which, again, this is out of that Chinese set. And this thing will open just about any wafer lock there is that I encounter. I also keep just a small triple peak rake or snake rake. I don't really use that often. This is a broken pick that I just sanded down to where it's a little more flexible, and I can use it as a probe. And then I actually do keep this in there, the half ball rake, just for wafer locks. And then, of course, I keep my big pry bar in there. And then this is probably the tensioner I use the most, which is just thick wiper insert. And I've got some heat shrink over electrical tape. And it's got a twist in it. And then I have this one, which is slightly thinner gauge wiper insert, but I put a twist on one end of it so I can use it top of the keyway, or if a lock is in a difficult position and I need to tension it, even if this would go in the bottom of the keyway, if it's sideways or there's not much room to maneuver, I can get it down in there and still turn the lock the way I need it to go. Then a couple thinner turning tools. Hello, socks. This is real thin, and I put just a very slight bend in the end of this one. Again, you know, sometimes you run across something where you need that. And then this is a really thick piece of round steel wire that I bent and then filed down, and I have it on both ends. So that's my everyday pick kit that I carry. This is literally in my pocket every single day, and it's been a while since I've shown that. So anyway, let's get these put back, and we'll go back to this lock in the vise. And what does Socks think, huh? Excuse me, girl. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, I guess it is a late morning for you, Rune. And no, I'm not fixing broken springs this time. You'll be proud of me. I was saying that earlier. I'm not going to try to bend that back and put it back in there. It's on the floor now, and it's going to stay there. Let's see. Praxis was my first kit. Excuse you. I think Socks is wanting some attention. Good girl. Law lock. I've seen some of those law lock tools. Not looked at that. Mup, I said, good morning. I don't think I've seen you in here before. I haven't seen you around for a while, I don't think. But welcome. Let's see. Yeah, Rune, I don't know about frame drops. I've got kind of a delay like I did Wednesday. But I don't know about frame drops. So again, all I have in here is just the sidebar, and I'm just going one click at a time just to see if I can get a feel for the sidebar in this lock. I don't want to overset anything. And I've kind of cheated, looking at the sidebar and the sidebar pins. But still looking at it doesn't give you a feel for picking it. I'm getting... Yeah, I think I've overset something because everything's springy now. Maybe, no. And the way I'm lifting those sidebar pins, I'm just sticking this pick in there and then rotating it, kind of like a dimple pick. Let's see here. See, $200, 8. Yeah, Night Owl and Rune Socks is here in the house with us today, or in the shop. Yeah. Yeah, she's not a typical cat in any sense. I don't think I have a typical cat. Actually, out of all 4 of them, I think absolutely none of them fit the typical bill. Of course, you know, they're cats. Cats are unique. They're not like unique human beings who are just like everybody else. Okay. I'm just going through. I know a couple of these, like the first and 5th ones, are really low. And I know that 4th one is extremely high. So that one's solid. 2 is solid. 3 is solid. 4 is not going anywhere. 5 feels springy. So let's ease up on the tension just a little bit. I think 1 is set. Two's not going anywhere. I think I lost everything there. Yeah, Brian, oversetting things is not good. Undersetting things is not good. And as Rune's saying, you know, the sidebar pins are not designed to be picked. You know, they're designed to, you know, foil you up with all the false gates in there, and, you know, give you false feedback. And so it's easy to underset as well as overset. Let's see. And I know these can be picked. We've all seen videos of people picking them. But, you know, I guess progressively pinning these, practicing on them. I mean, in the field, as a locksmith, I would never try to pick one of these. I mean, honestly, I never would. Just because you could be there all day picking on it and accomplish absolutely nothing. And so, therefore, the rotary pick would come out. Just like with a Medico, if I were to encounter a Medico in the wild that needed to be unlocked, I might try for just a few minutes to pick it. But I don't think I would ever... I wouldn't give it any more than just a few minutes. I'll say I'm going counterclockwise, and actually, there's some feedback. I think that's 3. We want one more. But yeah, there's not really a whole lot of yeah. Quick set pins were designed to be picked. So were master lock pins. Definitely. Yes, the DeWalt rotary pick. However, after, Wednesday, I think I want to make sure that I get some better drill bits for that particular rotary pick. 'Cause mine aren't all that great. Okay. And I'm just, when I pick these, I'm just trying to suss out any differences in feedback, whether that's sound or movement on the plug. And then just go back and keep checking the other pins. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to do an analytical approach to this for just a few more minutes. And then I'll have been going for an hour, but let's see. Let's hold this together. Y'all knew I was going to do that. Okay. Hold that together. Tweezers. Yeah, Rune, you joined in a little later today. I would encourage you, maybe, go back and check out the first few minutes of today's live. All right, so these are going to be in here. Obviously, the housing is going to keep these down. Let me get the camera. There we go. So the housing is going to keep these pins down to a level where the key can ride up on them. So they're going to be flush with the edges of the plug until the key is inserted. And then we can see exactly how far they go in. which may be hard to see on camera, but like this first one barely goes in. The second one also barely goes down. Third one goes pretty deep. You can see. And then the fourth one goes even deeper. So, picking from the bottom, that goes up pretty high. And then that last one is also pretty low. So, I would say like one click, maybe 2 clicks, probably 3, and then 1. So let's see if we can't do it that way. Now, of course, this is going to do absolutely no good in the wild to pick a lock, because the reason why you have to pick a lock in the wild is because you don't have the key for it. So we said, what, 1, 2, 3, 1? Shh. Okay. That was my stupidity. At least all the pins are in there still. No, that has absolutely nothing to do with picking juice, by the way. Alright. Sidebar completely compressed that way. Or does it compress? That way. There we go. Okay. Alright. If all y'all are done laughing at me now. Let's see. Yeah, Night Owl. Night Owl's right. Is any of these that you encounter in the field are going to be UL listed. In fact, you can see on this one, the V10 Twin, it has a UL listing, and this is going to be completely not fun drilling through. Let's see. Lock-a-Lock, good morning. Glad you made it. Yeah, Brian, I'm probably about done with the Craftsman bits. That's what I've been using, just because they're cheaper, honestly. But the Waltz, yeah, I'll probably get a good set of carbide bits at some point. But, let's see. Have an Assa Euro with sidebar and a nice Ruco. Okay, Mup, I said. If you want to communicate with me, my email address is on my channel about page, and then also I'm on Twitter, Lockpicking PTLN. Let's see. Lock-a-Lot is the Twin 6000, and I don't have any of the top pins in there. I know you can breeze through these. I've seen your videos, and this is like absolutely nothing to you. And that's awesome, honestly. And if any of y'all other folks haven't seen Lock-a-Lot's videos, go check them out. He does breeze through these locks pretty quick. Let's see. Plug puller, yeah. Plug puller I'd probably get. Pocket Women, the UL is the Underwriters Laboratory standards. And basically what they do is they go through giving safety and security standards to all kinds of stuff, from insulation, that you would put in the walls and ceiling of your house, to toasters, to electrical outlets, to locks. They test all kinds of stuff. It actually seems like a pretty cool place to work, but But yeah, they it's sort of like, I'm sure in Australia there's an equivalent, but like you see in the UK, the kite marked locks. Kite mark is sort of their standard. Let's see. Yeah, Lock a Lot. I know you've yeah. You're very modest, sir. Y'all go check out his videos. The V10 video is like less than 15 minutes. Okay, so there's 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4. I'm going to go 1 click on 5. I'll leave 1 and 2 alone. Go back to 3. Okay, I got a couple little clicks. I'm going to leave that. 4. There's a big click on 4. Nothing on 5. 1, 2. I may have overset 2. 3, 4, 5. And I think I just overset 1. Maybe. A couple clicks out of 2. Another click out of 1. 3. Another click out of 4. 5 is bound completely solid. Not going to try to force him right yet. 2, 3. So that was another click out of 3. Small click out of 4. 5 is solid still. 1 springy. 2 springy. 3 is springy. Another click out of 4. 5 is completely solid, but I think I dropped something. 1. 2, 3, 4. Let's try to get 5. Okay, dropped some other stuff. 1 springy. 2 clicks out of 2. Nothing on 3. 4. Got a few clicks on. Click on 1. 2 is loose. 3. 4. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Yeah, not getting anywhere. Let's see. All right, let's go back up here. Yeah, Pocket Women is probably the same thing. Roughly the same thing. Let's see. Rune, I don't know. Does yeah, Rune Quickset doesn't qualify for UL listing. Because like Night Owl just said, it's for high security mechanical locks. Let's see. Feral Lock Picker and Rune Picker. Okay. I'll have to check them out as well. Yeah, Rune. No, it's just the sidebar still. I don't know. We'll see. Again, this is just practice. I'm not going to keep on going on, boring everybody with it. I think I can get through the top pins fairly easily. In fact, actually, let me do that before we sign off. I will do just the top pins and then remove the sidebar and the sidebar pins. Just put them up here. Let me grab my tweezers. My good tweezers. These out of here with the pick. We'll just see if I can get anywhere on the top pins, the key pins. Like I said, on the V10 Twin, I'm able to get it open inconsistently with just the key pins. Well, the key pins and drivers. Get it open consistently without the sidebar. There we go. Should put it that way. I just have to remember that I'm doing this in reverse order, which I won't. So I may have to rearrange here. Alrighty, now I'm going to put this in. I'm actually going to do it like this. Here. Unlistable, yes. Brian, somebody, there's actually a locksmith asked me about something on Knox boxes. Sent me a message on Twitter the other week about them. I have, other than, knowing what they are and knowing where to find them, I've not done anything with Knox boxes since I got into locks. I don't know a whole lot about them. Now that's awful low there. I don't know, we'll see. Just kind of looked low to me, these pins sitting in here. Some of these, like this one right here, and then getting some of those sidebar pins back in. I don't know if it's just the very tight tolerances. Some of these don't want to go. And I don't know if that's damage to the plug because obviously I'm not the first person to get these. I don't know if that's going to work, y'all. These first three are sitting lower. That's interesting. We're going to leave the top cap off. Leave the sidebar out. Let me grab some springs out of the stash box. This is my old Sparrows Reload Kit box. Keep it around because it's got some goodies in there. Let's see. Yeah, night owl, leaving Knox boxes alone in the wild is best. Let's see. Let's get these springs untangled. There's one. These should be decent enough. I'm gonna have to spend some time untangling springs, I believe. It might be a Wednesday project. Put this in here, see that it works. See how far we can get on the just the regular top pins. Take the key out. And this, of course, has these nice catchy pins. They get caught on the built-in undercuts in the plug. Socks is back here looking at me, just, like, for real, you can't get this together. Put these in here. Why is that spring sticking up? Made a boo-boo, I believe. I don't think so. I was thinking for a second I might have put two drivers in one chamber, but looking at it, I don't think so. Sorry, y'all are getting a great view of my gray hair. Okay. Everything turns. All right. Let's see. Let's look here. Just trying to look over at the chat while I'm doing this too. Let's see. All right. Just looking back through the chat, y'all. Yeah, the Knox boxes are something you really don't want to mess with, and whoever the local fire authority is holds the keys to them, and that's kind of what that locksmith was asking me about the other day. You know what? There is a driver missing. Sitting here on the bench this whole time. See if we can figure out where it came from. And then I think it'll be about time to end everything up for the day. I think one of my master wafers got stuck up there too. That might have been the issue. Six. There's 3. I know that's 3. There's a master wafer. Okay, so that's where it was. And that was number 2. Number 1. Okay. Alright. I think we're getting closer here. I'd really hate to have to take this thing apart again because I screwed up again. Put that there. That one goes there. That one goes there. And that one. So this will definitely just continue to be a picking project for me. Because again, the most I've gotten out of either of these Assas is sturdy looks. So that's all that we're going to have. Let's see.
out.
Alrighty, now let's slide this back on here. Sorry about the crappy camera angles, y'all. Alright. Son of a... Those who know, know. What? Do you know? Of course you know what I just did. Mm-hmm. And you know that I'll be able to fix it. It'll just be a pain. Alright, so I've been going for a while now. Let's see, let's just look here. Let's look, let's see here. Hey Anthony. Let's see. Yeah, leaving the sidebar in might have just saved me. Well, it would have saved me from what I just did. But yes, I will try that with the tension control. Yeah. Yeah, don't mess with the Postal Service arrow key or lock. Yeah. Yep, good thing I can take the top off. Yep, pulling the chamber cap. Oh well. Oh well, you know. Alright guys, so that's that. I'm I'm locked out for the day. Nah. Anyway, I'll fix it. But yeah. I appreciate everybody tuning in today. We've had some fun today. Yeah. Rune, I should have put everything back together. You're exactly correct. I should have put the whole thing back together. And then Sockies. You're getting your nails trimmed today. I don't care what you say. So, come here. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm locked out for the day. Socks and I are going to hang out here for a little while and see what we can get into, maybe. Excuse me. And, but I'll be back Wednesday as normal. Wednesday mornings, I normally just kind of piddle around out here in the shop and go live. So I'll be around then. I may do some more picking on this. I may pick some other locks. But I appreciate everybody who showed up today. I really do. It's been fun. We had a fun start to the show today. So if you missed the first few minutes, please go back and watch it. That way, YouTube can send me another little nasty email. I think they've already sent it, but all right, girl. Yes, your nails are going to get done today for sure. Yes, they are. But from Socks and I, we really appreciate y'all showing up. We'll see y'all over at Jason's live if y'all go over there. If not, I will see you around. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, Night Owl. You're talking about the mogul cylinders. It's not mogul, but it's jumbo Medico, and it has the grub screws. So that's another one I've not managed to pick on camera. We may take this one apart Monday as well, or Wednesday. But yeah, this is it's not the mogul size, which is, the super size. It's just the jumbo. But yeah, it's a pretty cool cylinder to have. So anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all stopping by. And let's see. Yeah, mogul cylinder with no key. Yeah, actually it's not that bad because you can get everything apart with the grub screws and just taking everything apart. Yeah, Night Owl, it's the jumbo size. That's the actuator on the back, in the back of the cylinder. I've had this one for a while too, but I've never done a video picking it. I've picked it several times, but it's always been camera shy. So anyway, all right, y'all, have a great one. Hope y'all have a great day. Socks is ready to go cut some keys back there. I take it. But anyway, y'all have a great weekend, and I'll see y'all over at Jason's. Hopefully I won't get snowed in too awful bad tonight, but if I do, oh well, we'll see. All right, y'all, have a great one. Let's see if I can keep up my signature sign off, and we'll see you over at Jason's chat at his live, and if not there, I will see y'all Wednesday.